Hi statistics students. I'd like to take a minute to welcome you to our Math 206 class. My name is Marianne Smith and I've been teaching here at South Mountain for about 6 years. I'd like to walk you through the basic structure of our Math 206 Canvas course so you can become familiar with what is in it. If you click on the home link, you'll wind up in the Modules tab. I strongly recommend that you walk through the Modules section of the course rather than trying to click on assignments and just do the assignments. The reason for that is that each module is presented as an entire unit with the material that you need to read or watch, as well as the assignments that are required by the course. The first module, which is really important and needs to be completed by Friday of the first week in class, is the Start Here module. It contains some online expectations as well as some helpful hints for getting started in the course. Since this is a totally online course, it's important that you have access to a reliable internet connection and that you're somewhat familiar with creating Word documents, scanning documents, uploading documents, and using a Google Sheet. There's a little bit of a pre-test in here, and really it's just a survey. It says it's graded, but you get full points as long as you answer all the questions. And this will kind of help me figure out if you're mathematically ready to handle statistics. Don't worry, we can provide support material if you need to brush up on things. There's also an online learning survey. That's so you can tell me what your experience is with online classes. This next piece is probably the most important thing in Start Here, and it's a description of how to enter your assignments, your question answers in MOER. MOER is Maricopa's online educational resource, and it's used for mathematics. It's the reason why you have no textbooks or any other additional fees in this course. This is a free product. You don't need to log into it. It's totally integrated within your Canvas course. So make sure you go through this section and that you're clear on how to use MOER if you're not familiar with it. The last section in this module is a discussion board post where you're going to provide a short description, answer a few questions in a discussion board post so we can get to know who you are. This can either be a video that you upload or it can actually be a typed in discussion post. The only request I have is if you're typing, please attach a picture so we can put a face to the name. Each one of the modules is arranged by week. So you can see week 1 is due to be completed by August 30th. And you'll find that each module is made up of objectives, which tell you what you're going to learn in the module. A link to an online textbook, which if you click on it, will take you right to the online textbook, where you can, again, read about the topic that we're going to cover in that module. It is possible, and I have a link later on in the course, that you can order a paper copy of this book, but again, it's free and it's online, and what's good about the online version is it's searchable, so I would encourage you to take advantage of the online version. Also in each one of the modules is a media lesson link. Now what this is a link to a video that's going to walk you through some of the topics in this section, but it also has assessment questions which you need to answer for points. They're counted like homework questions. And this kind of checks your understanding of what was in the media lesson. You can think of the media lesson almost like a class session, and you know that it's important to attend class in order to be successful in a course. I've also, for each section, I've included some optional videos. These are additional videos by a different author on the topics in the lesson. You don't have to watch them, but they are there in case you need some extra support. And last but not least, in each section you'll find a homework assignment, which again you're going to do for points. Okay, and again, The homework assignments give you the opportunity for redoing a question. If you get it wrong, you can do a similar exercise. The homework assignments are not timed, and they're open until the due dates. MOER has a facility that I've incorporated into the course called late passes. So if a homework becomes past the due date, you have access to 10 late passes to extend the date. Each late pass will extend the date by 72 hours. So you can see it's important that you manage your time wisely in this course. There is a lot of material that we're covering. After all, it is a 200 level math class. So it's important to not get behind. I have given you the late passes as a way to handle unusual situations, but please don't take it as something that you should be doing for every single week's lesson. If you're finding that it's a struggle to get through the material, I strongly urge you to email me or get in touch with me somehow so we can discuss what arrangements we can make to support you. Now, if you go down further into the modules, you can see that most of the modules have 2 sections in them. Week 2 has one on data and sampling and one on frequency. So the media lessons are very short. The textbook sections are not very long. They're at most like 5 or 6 pages. So this is not an overwhelming amount of material to cover in a week. I would urge you, though, don't wait until the weekend to do everything. All of the assignment due dates are due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. If you wait until Sunday evening to get this done, it's going to be an overwhelming amount of work. So I would encourage you to make some time, actually block it out in your schedule, to log in a couple of nights a week and actually read what you need to read, do the media lessons, start the homework. And again, if you have questions on anything, please make sure that you email me so we can get those straightened out. I'm going to slide down a little bit to the first exam. The exams are online. You'll have only one attempt at the exam, so please make sure that you have all of your materials ready with you, whether those are notes. It's a good idea when you look through the media lessons and do your reading to actually take notes in a notebook. That way you can go back and refer to that material before you actually do the exam. I also encourage students to work out the homework problems on a piece of paper, or at least make notes about what technology you're using to solve them, so that you can go back again and refer to that before you study for an exam. Okay, it's very important to keep your material organized so you can find it when you need it. So as I said, the exam is timed. You'll have 2 hours to do the unit exams. And again, you have one attempt on them. As far as other materials in the course, I'm going to slide all the way down. You can see over here on this side, first of all, you've got a syllabus, okay, which again, you can download and take a look at that right here. Okay, and the course, aside from the homeworks and the media lessons, it will have 3 unit quizzes, unit exams, and then you will have a final exam, which is online in Canvas. I'll show you that. If I go back to the modules section, that's all the way down at the bottom of modules. And you can see we have a final exam and a final exam review discussion. So as you're reviewing for the final, if you have questions, you can post them here and possibly your classmates can answer them. I will certainly moderate discussions. Let me also mention that throughout the semester, you'll see there are, from time to time at the end of each module, there's either a discussion or there's a grade check. Okay, both of these are for points, So I would encourage you to please participate in the discussions. That's the way you get your questions out. That's the way you explore your understanding of the statistical ideas. The discussions are not math questions in the sense of you need to solve a math problem. They're more theoretical, like what's the difference between a median and a mean? When would you use one versus the other? Okay, grade checks are my way of understanding that you're aware of what your grade is in the course, as well as how many missing assignments you have. That's so there are no surprises at the end of the semester. Here's the final exam I was talking about. Okay, and you can see that that's due on December 16th, and it is also worth 100 points. I'm giving you a 3-hour period to do the final, and again, you have one attempt. Last in the course, I want to show you the links to the entire textbook. Okay, these are links if you want to see the textbook or buy a paper copy. I have separated it out by sections throughout the modules, and it's probably easier to access in that form. The last thing I want to show you is a Google Sheet, okay, that I've kind of embedded in the course. And again, what you've got here is you've got some tabs on the Google Sheet, namely how to handle hypothesis testing for a mean, how to handle confidence intervals, descriptive statistics, and probability. I've put the Google Sheet in there to kind of give you an alternative way to actually compute some of these without you having to do everything out by hand long ways. In most cases, people who work with statistics on a regular basis are either going to use a spreadsheet like Excel, and you do have access as a Maricopa student to Office 365, so you do have Excel 365. And then I've created this Google Sheets in case you need some little extra support setting these up. Okay, you're also recommended to have a TI-84 calculator, which again you can rent from the college. Again, what I'd say is if you have any trouble at all with the technology in solving any of these statistical problems, please get in touch with me right away so we can work through any of the difficulties. And there you have it. That's a short tour of our MAT206 course in Canvas. And I'd encourage you, if you have any questions at all, to please get in touch with me right away. I look forward to working with you this semester.